Joining me now is Scott Schober. He's the president and CEO of Berkeley Veritronics Systems. So, Scott, first your reaction as this Huawei ban gets underway. No more chips. So can this company survive if this eventually causes their phones to be obsolete? And what is the bigger picture here?
Yeah, certainly with Huawei, I mean, you got to realize Huawei is a global company. They've got tons of business around the world, and just because certain areas such as the United States, which is a huge, huge market, is going to be banning them, and others countries are also following suit, doesn't mean they're out of business. But it's a devastating blow. It'll be billions of dollars in potential lost revenue across the board, and it's really a dominant position. They were estimated to be somewhere in the close to 60% of the base station hardware for the 5G build-out, which is astronomical when you think about it. That's a global leader, and again, they own the data. It's all about privacy, national security, and it kind of breaks down those borders when you have one company that, in a sense, has a monopoly over it. So certainly the United States and other countries are very, very concerned, and that's why they've taken such hard reaction to all of the Huawei build-out. And in fact, a lot of the equipment that is already out there, existing base stations, different parts of Europe and the United Kingdom, they're actually now having teams that are going in and removing that equipment to put in competitive base station equipment, which is, again, going to cost billions of dollars and delay further the 5G build-out.
So that being said, what could this all mean for other Chinese or foreign tech companies? How are they viewing this, and would you consider this a win for the Trump administration?
Certainly from the perspective of the Trump administration, I would say yes, I would consider it a win. Many tech companies over the past few years have been very hesitant, fearful, and trying to align with the Trump administration. And most of it, again, the concerns, national security and data privacy. Again and again, those subjects keep coming up. And you think of the likes of Facebook, Microsoft, Google, even Apple to some extent. These companies are trying to carefully and closely align with the Trump administration and try to guess which way he's going to pivot here or there, so they could make sure that their platforms and their customer base is well serviced, or it affects their bottom line. So there's great concern there that they have and want to keep following closely and stay closely connected. I think without that, they're going to be in trouble. And much of this is where the data resides and how the data is protected. If it's stored in China, that's where the red flags all seem to go up. When they could prove that the data is being handled in the United States or another ally, then it's a lot calmer and works better with the formula with the Trump administration.
So adding to that, let's turn to TikTok and its deal with Oracle. Why Oracle and not Microsoft or anyone else? We know that this still has to be approved, but want to get your thoughts on Oracle, and then what happens next for TikTok?
Yeah, it kind of was a little bit of a surprise for many people about Oracle over perhaps Microsoft, because Microsoft really was looking to gain traction in that consumer area. But again, looking again at the dynamics and tying it in with the politics, there's some really strong supporters within Oracle, even campaign supporters for the Trump administration. So it's not surprising that we see a close tie there, and that it looks like it's leaning toward Oracle. And again, one of the paramount reasons Oracle, I think, is doing well here and is going to probably be the successor to this bid is because they're going to keep the data in the United States and keep it secure. And I think that is one of the underlying issues. And even I think Jared Kushner just recently mentioned about the concerns there. It's a national security concern. And Oracle, they work very closely with, and it looks like they're working out all the details. It's not exactly how it was presented originally, but it's looking like that it'll still protect the data, keep it present in the United States, and that will alienate all the concerns that other people have from different administrations, outside the administration, and I think that will win over many people.
Scott Schober, always great to have your take. Thank you so much for joining us.